Jenna, that hoodie is sharp on you.
Thanks.
I really like it. I
too.
love the splatter effect. Whose idea was that?
That was Gage's. I helped him pick the color.
That is a genius idea. I really love the merch, Gage, and I think that old school retro design is really neat too. Is that your dad's shirt?
This is my pop shirt, so just a good idea. I'm a medium large kind of guy. This is a 3XL, so if
Man,
you're
that
wondering
thing,
about
like,
sizes.
you are drowning in that.
I know, right?
And I have to tell you, the dog hair on this one is especially nice. If anybody could actually see it. Speaking of dogs, what is our promo code for the merch right now?
So Ruby wants you all to stay warm during the rest of the hunt evening because it's not going to be this cool, not going to be this warm like it was last week, and that's for sure. So make sure, go ahead, click on the link down in the description, and use promo code RUBYLOVE15. That's RUBYLUV 15 for 15% off your purchase at our merchandise store. There will be the code written out down below if you like the copy and paste.
So yeah, I love the merch. I love the different options. They have some really cool. They have like a metal poster print. I think that's really cool. Actually, I want to get myself a couple of those because that for me is like something that's going to go right here on the marker board for all our future reviews. And I'll probably get myself a stack cap too. But why are we here tonight? Let's talk about it. It's the Commando Paintball
Zombie Shoot.
I'm Justin with This Is Scary, joined by Jenna and Gage, and it is Commando Paintball Zombie Shoot review time. Now, right off the bat, we're not going to play any games with this review. We're going to tell you guys straight up, we were 100% comped on this experience.
We were.
That being said, if I had paid $50, $60, or $70 to $75 for my experience.
Provides Fast Pass.
Provides the Fast Pass and all that stuff. If I had paid any of those prices, I would also feel the exact same as I'm going to feel in the review. Because I know Gage doesn't like it when I spoil how I feel about the haunt at the start of the video. So, see, I'm learning, right? I'm learning, I'm working. Went to Commando Paintball, and it was packed.
Yep.
Wow. So, you had an experience there, what, 4, 5, 6 years ago, Gage?
About 2017, 16, the last time we went, and it was nothing like that from the time we went last night.
So I was talking to Jamie about that. He's one of the guys involved there at Commando Paintball, and I told him, I'm like, Gage kind of had a meh experience here about 6 years ago. I told him straight up, I said, and we're going to shoot straight with you in the review, too. So I said, going into it, unfortunately, I kind of already had a bit of a negative image in my mind. Where do we want to start with the zombie shoot?
Let's go ahead and start with the Zombus, since it's the very first thing we've done.
Yeah, so the Zombus, right, is this really neat idea where they put a group of individuals on a bus with stationary paintball guns, and they drive you around the paintball fields, and zombie actors come after you, and you shoot them with paintball guns. Gage, your thoughts?
When we were on that bus, I love the atmosphere, especially with the loud blasting rock music that they had playing with it.
But it wasn't obnoxious.
It was obnoxious. It's not like burial chamber obnoxious. It was chill music, and what's the best part about it is that you can tell kids loved this thing.
Yeah.
For adults, it was fun too, but if you have kids that love spooky things, this is a great thing to take them to, because there was kids on that bus that were like, let's kill some zombies.
Let's go!
Yeah! They were loving it. This is definitely an event to take your family to for a great little zombie shootout experience. So I would say that atmosphere on that bus was fantastic.
Jenna, your thoughts about the atmosphere on the bus and the overall experience?
First of all, who comes up with this idea? I think it's really unique. We haven't done anything like this on any of our reviews or haunts, at least since I've been going, and I thought it was really nice. It was a breath of fresh air, something different that I wasn't expecting to have so much fun with, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Going into it, my expectations, like I said, with everything that you shared with me, Gage, my expectations were low. And I was thinking to myself, okay, is Jamie just BSing me here? Am I being fed a low? He's going to hype me up for this, and I'm going to go through it and be like, man, what a effing disappointment that was, Oh, I guess I'll have to break his heart in the review. And it's honestly, we get on the bus, we sit down, I got my paintball gun right in front of me, and right from the very beginning, the whole thing is a story, right? They keep you in character. If you run out of paintballs, we're throwing you off the bus. You know, we're feeding the zombies. If the zombies get too close, you get bit. We're throwing you off the bus. You know, the two people that were on the bus with us stayed in character the whole time.
Yep.
It was really, really excellent. And something that I very much so enjoyed. The actors on the trail, they're so into what they're doing, right? You have to be to let hundreds of people come by in a night and shoot you with paintballs.
Yeah.
You know, I know they wear big jackets and masks, and I know those guys are wearing padding. Like, let's be real about it. But, I mean, it still takes a lot to basically say, I'm going to let myself be physically abused for an entire night of entertainment for people that I don't know. So honestly, even on the Zombus, right? Because you're in a station, like you're in a moving bus, but you really can't move. If I have to rate the scares, because we have this new rating system we want to do.
We got to remember to keep it in. That's why you see me on my phone. I'm trying to pull it up.
There were actually some good scares.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the guys got really close and personal with us, got right in the windows by us, and got in our face. Honestly, for scares on the bus, I'm like an 80, 85. And I enjoyed it. It was good. Jenna, scares on the bus for the overall...
I got scared out of the bus.
You
I
were!
was not expecting that. I didn't think they'd get so close.
There was a lot of like you were letting your gun go. I'm like, Jenna, shoot him, shoot him.
But they're right there. I thought it was scary. I liked it though.
So if you're rating it out of 0 to 100 for scares, what do you think?
90.
90? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was solid.
It was good.
Gage, scares on the Zombus.
On the Zombus, I find that more of a fun experience than it was really scary. What scared me the most was Jenna screaming in my ear half the time. That's what scared me. I wouldn't call the Zombus scary, so by me giving this score here, that's not saying that the entire haunt isn't scary, because it definitely is.
Stick
more
around
on
for
that.
the rest of the review.
I would have to give the scare factor for the bus probably like a 30 out of 100.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and that I feel like for an adult, that's supposed to be a fun experience. It's not supposed to be a terrifying, but I guess to some people it is.
Yeah.
So,
well, and we talked about like the sounds already. We talked about the music. We talked about all this stuff, and I think we can agree that like the sounds and everything and atmosphere were all pretty solid on the Zombus. You felt like you were in a blown out old bus driving around shooting zombies out back. I liked it. I thought the sounds were high ranks as well for me. I'm another 80 or 90 even. Like it was good. I can't really fault them too much.
Jenna, score, sound.
I thought it was good. I liked everything about the atmosphere on the bus. I thought it was very well set up.
Yeah.
And they did a great job. Give it a 90 also.
Yeah.
For the sounds, like I said, with the music and all that taken into account, I would have to give it a 90 as well. We should also touch on scenery before we get over to actors as well.
Would you be willing to say that the sounds on this bus, don't you think maybe they could have added a few drills?
Radio chamber, calm down, all right?
So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about
maybe some air being shot at you.
Yeah, that would have been good. You drive around, you drive around some of their paintball fields. And I think that what they have done with the Zombie Shoot, with the blown out, destroyed buildings, whether they're repurposed or not is irrelevant to me. But they have the blown out buildings, they have the woods, they have these big wooden, like, where you wrap cabling around, all this different stuff out there, right? And they have like an old truck that breathes fire. They got a guy blasting at you with a mounted gun, like all kinds of cool shit out there, right? Honestly, to the point where I wish I had brought my GoPro. For me, sceneries were 100 on the Zombus. It was rocking. It was cool. And again, it felt like I was on a bus driving in one of the maps on Call of Duty, one of the Zombies maps. I liked it. It was cool, and I give it 100 for scenery.
I give it 100 too. I thought it was great.
Plain, cut, and simple. I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Scenery with that map structure and such, man, that they really did nail on the spot. I'd have to give it a 90.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel kind of into it 100% of the time. But because the whole mounted gun thing, which I totally understand, so I'm not even gonna. That's not docking why I'm docking the score by 10. It's just the whole mounted gun thing makes me feel like it's just like
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, scenery, I'd have to give it a 90 as well. It's a great time, set up perfectly in the bus, and there's lights and everything, as well as map.
So, when we asked the question, was it fun? My answer is, of course, yes.
Yes.
Definitely. What about actors, though?
The actors were fantastic. I liked that it wasn't like 5 actors out there. Mm-hmm. I think we saw between 20 and 30 different actors, and they were into it. They came after us. They threw things at us. They climbed up on the bus with us. Like, there was some really cool stuff, and mad props to those guys and ladies out there. I know you get your ass kicked all night. And can we just take a minute? Can we have a round of applause for the zombie actors? Because I think they deserve it. You guys are rocking. For me, the actors, I mean, like, short of, like, climbing in through the window and, like, trying to pull me out.
I thought they would do that at one point.
I was actually kind of expecting that at one point. But they got right up in our face a couple times. I really liked it. I'm a 90 for the actors.
They definitely did their job there. Yeah. They're thinking that.
yeah, I'm a 90 for the actors. You guys impressed big time. Congratulations, and you deserve it. Mm-hmm. And anybody who is like the head of the group of actors over there, seriously, you guys were wonderful. Mm-hmm. The Zombus actors, I give them a 90. I loved it. They were excellent.
I'll give them a 95.
It's like when you get an A on your exam versus like a B+, right?
Oh, they're totally an A.
No.
Yeah.
Very good.
There's no B+ around here.
I'd have to give the actors work there a top 100 there.
Yeah.
They had fantastic zombies, such like that. They drop and they go limp too. Like they go. Thump.
Yeah, I was like,
they drop. Like you would think, like, did I actually hurt him? And also we had the actresses and the bus driver on there. They were keeping in character as well. They did a great job. So I would have to give that 100 for the actors on the bus.
I wasn't even the ladies that were on the bus with us doing the ammo reloading and all that stuff and kind of giving directions. I wasn't even really including them in that statement. But I do want to give an aside. My MVA for the Zombus portion is actually the 2 ladies that were on the bus with us. They were absolutely outstanding, and I was like, Sheriff, I'm out, and within 10 to 15 seconds, they're over there with 100 new rounds for me, taking my ammo card. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. So they're my MVAs for the Zombus. If you guys want to add anything on valuable actors for the Zombus portion, be my guest. Go ahead.
I like the ladies on the bus too. I also just liked all of the zombies.
Yeah.
I think they all played an important role.
Yeah.
I have to give my MVA to the zombies in general. It's kind of hard to pinpoint which ones.
Yeah.
But, especially the ones that are throwing stuff and getting all up close and personal, that was pretty cool. My MVAs were the zombies. They were, like I said, hard to single them out because they were all, just generic zombie-looking creatures, and they fit. So they did a great job.
That one with the chip out of the left side of his mask, I think he was on the 3rd turn. We're not going to do that.
Nope.
Yeah, so one thing I do want to say, and my brother was actually mentioning this to me this morning. He wanted me to make sure I said this. If you're doing this, buy extra ammo right away. Do not dick around. Do not screw around. Do not wait till you get on the bus. Buy an extra 200-300 rounds. You're going to need it.
It's about $10 more.
Yeah, it's about $10 more per 100 rounds. Don't screw around. Just get the extra ammunition. I know. We want to go on but listen, you're going to a haunted house. You're going out for a night of fun. 100 rounds, unless you literally shoot each actor like twice, 100 rounds will probably not last you the entire time on the Zombus, which I'm okay with. I like banging away. I like having fun. I like doing that stuff. My recommendation to anybody that goes, suck it up, spend the extra money, and get the extra ammo.
If you're Rapid Fire McGee over here...
I am Rapid Fire McGee.
I was more conservative with it. I would say I used up to 200 rounds, which is an extra $10. So if you're a guy who just takes your time shooting the zombies, which was still great in its own self, hey, you do you. You do you, boo-boo. But all I'm saying is, hey, 10 extra bucks, I wouldn't... That works. Up to 200 rounds, that should be enough for you if you play a little conservative role.
Jenny, your thoughts on ammunition in general? Do you think it's a good idea? You think it's a smart upgrade, or do you think maybe you don't really need it?
I think it's a good, smart upgrade. I used 300 rounds total, so 200 extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you and I we were pelting them pretty good.
Well, they were getting right up in our faces. What do you expect?
Well, that's what happens. That's how it goes. So, Zombus. We talked about it. Gage, you got some food.
I did. They had some. What do they call it? Just food trucks? Is that what?
Yeah, they had a food truck.
They had a food truck there, burger one. Hey, I don't know. I think it was Bay Burgers or something like that.
Sure.
That was pretty good. A smash burger.
Yeah,
I got smashed. That's for sure. That was good.
Good.
That was a great burger. And let's talk while we're there. Let's talk about the things out in the runway there too.
Hit it.
They had a whole bunch of cool little fun interactive things. I think one was like an archery balloon shoot. You had what we know as the bowl, the Zombo. We use that. That was all fun. $5 per ride.
That was fun.
That was great. And what was the other one?
There was a zombie, like a brain smash, where you hit the thing and you blew their heads off or whatever.
Okay.
And there was a rock climbing wall.
There's a rock climbing wall. Yeah, and there's a gel blaster game you can play if you want to play that.
Yep, that would be included with your ticket, provided you do buy like the Sergeant, I believe, package.
Yeah. So, and they had a DJ there, and that is one thing I want to point out about this. It isn't just get in, go through the zombie bus, and get the fuck out. Mm-hmm. It isn't like that. There is a very welcoming atmosphere, and I was actually telling Jamie that too. I didn't really feel at any point that we or anybody else there, provided they weren't being total dipshits, wasn't welcome. Mm-hmm. I felt we were welcome the whole time we were there, and I really didn't see any bad interactions going on. So it's a good atmosphere. It's a fun, festive party atmosphere. They do serve beverages. They do serve some food. So, it's not like you couldn't go there for a few hours, hang out, and have a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think so anyway. So guys,
hey, that was a great time out there. It kind of reminded me back when I believe Green Bay Fear still kind of does the whole thing where you can hang out there. But, this one, like, it felt like an actual party. It felt like something you can go out there and hang out. You can go into the haunts when you want. You can do that. I miss that. I miss that so much.
It felt like a Haunted Midway 2.0 to me.
Yeah,
with like it almost felt like a Haunted Carnival, which is what I told Jamie. I said I really liked the vibe. It was a solid vibe. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Haunted Trail.
Haunted Trail.
Oh my gosh.
Well, where should we start? Should we start with scenery on this one? Holy shit.
Can I give it like more than 100? It was so good.
Yeah. You made a comment to me after we walked out of the Haunted Trail. Mm-hmm. And what was that comment?
Did they blend artificial and scare actors? They blend that so well. It went together like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. It was done just with a perfect ratio of, hey, here's the guy jumping on the corner. An animatronic to your left. It was unfucking believable.
There you go. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So you come in, you get in line, you go through the line, you come up, and you go to their haunted trail. It starts with a little room in a house with some outstanding actor interactions. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say I saw it coming because I didn't. But when I saw the actor in the room with us do what they did when they knocked on the wall, I knew right away some shit was going down.
What upsets me is that when we first went in that room, I wasn't even looking.
We're like looking around, checking stuff out. This is our first time.
I'm usually turning around because I'm looking at things. I want to see what's behind me, and I hear what happened in front of us, and I'm like, "Damn it!"
Got me good.
I saw everybody else jumping.
I was like, "What the hell is that?" It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was actually one of the more well-timed and executed scare events of any house we've been through this year, or I would say even the past 4 years.
No, that's great how you mentioned the whole sound cues, because as we're doing haunted houses, I'm picking up on these sound cues. I'm picking up.
She knocked on the wall with her little knife.
Like letting people know the certain things to trigger an upcoming scare. Yeah. I'm starting to know these too. And, I can pinpoint them on when future ones are coming up and when to expect. This one didn't really, besides that one.
Yeah.
They really, by being quiet, they really knew how to work their corners. And, I wasn't cueing the next person. I couldn't tell, okay, this person knocked on this. Okay, what's going to happen over here? They did well with that. I just want to throw it out there.
So we could sit here all night and talk about each room and each section and how great it was and all this crap. We could do that all night, I'm sure, because I think all three of us had a great experience. However, I'll throw this out there. then you guys can chat about it a little bit if you would like to. I would say, for me, the one thing I really liked, and this kind of goes to the actors, was how well they blended in with the environment. Like, we didn't even know some of the actors were where they were. Mm-hmm. And we walked by them, they're like, hey, what are you doing here? And we're like, Jesus!
I think that works great with the scenery, too.
Yeah.
They did great with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk scares first.
Okay.
100.
100. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I'll
go
let
ahead.
you say
It's
your
fine.
thing,
No, go ahead.
When we were talking about Burial Chamber and how the timing of things was a little off for us because there was such a big group. We had a group of 5, and let me tell you, I got scared so many times this entire season. I don't think I got scared that much because the timing was perfect for all of the scares at all of the angles, and there wasn't a delay because we had a bunch of people behind us that had to get scared. I continuously got scared. I cashed in so many scares as payment, right?
Did they cash their check?
Seriously, it was so good. I was very happy. Kept saying, I finally got scared. It was great.
Yeah, I was watching you guys, obviously. I saw a lot of smiles. I saw you getting scared and laughing and like being into it. Yeah. I saw the same thing from you. And even my brother and Sarah, like, they were into it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the difference when you have a haunted attraction that's good. We go through Revenge, right? We're laughing, we're having fun, we're jump scaring, right? And then you go through certain attractions and you're just, hands are in your pocket and you're just like, I can't wait to go home. I'm tired, I'm bored. There's a difference. Yeah. And it's in different energy, right?
This had the sensory scares, but on a different level where it wasn't overwhelming with sound. It was just the whole experience was so great.
Out of 100.
100! Because that's as much as I can give them.
I think there's an echo in this room because I'm going to give it 100 as well.
Awesome.
Hey, you nailed it right in the spot there, is that we had a somewhat larger group than usual. We're usually just us 3 going into a hunt.
Or even just us 2.
An average of 2 to 3. And even with 5, we usually like to say, if we're going to a hunt, you want to have a group of at least 2 to 3. At the very least. Because that's usually when, the scares, they go around. One is you get scared. If you're in front, I would hear it in the back. And it would get me too. When it comes down to scares, man, it is a 100 for me as well. Fantastic. They knew how to work a group as well, and they didn't just target only the person in front, middle, back. They definitely somehow they knew to cycle who to scare.
Yeah, it was good. It was solid. So scenery. I mean, I think we saw everything from my first ever walking bridge at a haunt, which
that was so cool.
Which scared the
it.
shit out of me because I'm afraid of heights.
Loved it. It was in the dark.
I love how I hear your brother in the background. Justin, it's just 3 feet. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just 3 feet. More like 9 feet, and I'm already having a panic attack 2 boards in. Anyway.
I'm way at the top, you guys come in.
Don't worry, the bridge wasn't made of gluten, guys. I'll be okay. First ever walking bridge at a haunt, which was, I got over it. Uneven flooring.
Loved it.
Weird settings. Yeah. Blown out buses. Fucking graveyards. I mean, dude, they had, every good scene. Mm-hmm. And they nailed it. 100.
Loved the ending, too.
Yeah, it was banging.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to spoil it, but it's so fun. Just go and you'll figure it out.
So scenery for me is 100.
100.
Wow.
Echo.
100!
100 for me as well. God damn, do they work you there? I was when I was getting my burger. I was talking to a gal in front of me. She mentioned that going through this trail was like an obstacle course. All right. I'm over here thinking, hey, I've been to this hunt before back in 2017 or 16. It felt like it was just a hole in the woods, and here's a guy coming around the corner. You know, it was pretty shitty back then. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine. Yeah.
But now
I already told him that.
I was just kind of expecting the same thing, and boy was I fucking wrong. All right, you were going up, you're going down. It comes to a point where you're shimming across the wall. Fantastic scenery, 100 for me as well. You can't do any better than that. They really set the bar.
That was actually, that part you're talking about where you're shimming was actually really scary for me, because you come up that skeletonized steps, which is already like one of my phobias.
Right.
And
I always feel like someone's going to grab your foot or something.
No, I'm worried that I'm going to fall through. So I'm like, don't look down, get up. And I get up, and then you have to go to your right. And I'm like, okay, if I turn to my right, I'm going to see that there's nothing below me, behind me. And I'm like, okay, shimmy. But if I fall backwards, I'm going to fall through this thing. It was so crazy, dude. But it was so well done. That's why I can't, like, that's all we've been talking about. The scenery and the scares. I mean, dude, 6 100s.
So far. Yeah. We still have, like, we got sounds and actors to go, and I think those are going to be very well as well.
Yeah, sounds were awesome. They had, like I said, they had all their triggers were working great. Everything went off when it was supposed to. There was nothing, as you like to say. And you're right. There was nothing that was so obnoxious. It was just right. And that's so important.
It wasn't ear bleeding at all.
The atmosphere was there.
The atmosphere was there, and the sounds were there. Yeah. And you know what? I don't care if it sounds repetitive at this point. I'm a 100 on sounds. It was so good. I walked out of that haunt, and I said, I want to go through that haunted trail again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I am a 100 on sounds.
I'm a 100 also.
Holy fuck. It's 100. Like I'm kind of like shocked because I'm normally not giving out 100s.
You're so picky.
I'd at least
out
say
of the
90.
two of us, you're the pickiest.
I like to get the 90, and I'm like, you really got to work for that extra.
They earned it.
They earned it for sounds. You know, the fact that this is all, by the way, around that. I keep thinking, is that a runway? What's that area in the middle? I keep forgetting that word. You know, where the music's playing. Midway. You know, you're not hearing the midway at all. There's a lot of things going on, and you're not hearing the midway. Yeah. You can tell. You felt like you're in your own different world. There were different themes going throughout that walk, too, as well. It was kind of like Spooks on Spur, to where the music wasn't too loud or too soft. It was just right. You knew when the theme was hitting, and it fucking hit.
It hit different. I've been waiting to say that in the review.
100.
Yeah, so the actors.
Yeah, it's a 5. Like, it was bullshit.
You know, actors, honestly, you guys have so much work to do. I would say one of the worst actor performances of any haunt I've been to. I'm a 0 on actors. Get good. Go work somewhere else.
Hire some people from Tearing the Fox.
Yeah, hire some. Dude, really?
Their actors were great. These are all. I mean, that was true. Their actors were great there, but this is not about Tearing the Fox. This is about Commando Paintball. And the actors, holy shit.
So, we got personally entertained by multiple of the actors. Chainsaw Guy, the werewolf guy, chased us around a few times. And we had a couple of the other actors follow us, interact with us on multiple occasions. And everybody was on point that was in the trail. I didn't really catch anybody sleeping, so like off guard or anything like that. Like they were all like, welcome to my woods, we're gonna cook you up. You know, like it was, I mean, dude, it was good. And it was there. And the corners were used. You know, we talk about that. How many years do we come on videos for these haunted woods, whether it was Tearing the Fox, whether it was Green Bay Fear, it doesn't matter, it was Spooks on Spur, and we said they need to use their corners better. I can't say this to you guys because you used your corners properly. It was so good. And they were on top. They were down below. They were left, right, side to side. It was great.
They were jumping.
Actors score.
Yep.
No question. Don't even have to think about it. 100.
You already know what we're going to say as well, answering to that. Jenna?
100.
100? Anyone add on that at all?
Yeah, tell me, give us your thoughts on the actors. What'd you think?
They were so good. Seriously. Like what you said with the artificial and with the actors' scares, you didn't know what was coming next. And even if you thought you saw somebody, you didn't know if that was real or if that was a person or what. But they just knew when to bring the scare.
So I do want to say something. perfect timing because, yeah, I do want to say something. I was talking to Jamie, and he said a lot of the actors kind of do their own thing. Mm-hmm. They don't really script the scares. They're not really like, well, you have to do this here, and you have to act like this here. Mm-hmm. They don't really have like a corporate oversight, if you know where I'm going with this. If some of the viewers might know where I'm going with this. If anybody knows where I'm going with this.
We got you.
They don't really have a corporate system in their face trying to tell them how to run that section of the haunt.
But this could be so much better. Nope, you're doing this.
And that's
I got the money, and that's why.
And that's the point I'm talking about, right? They let the actors have creative control. It's like a good WWE match. Sometimes you got to give your wrestlers control of the match. Sometimes you got to let them write their own script. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to let your actors do their own thing. Loved it. Mm-hmm. Gage, are you 100 as well?
How can I not be?
I was going to say, for as much as you bitch about actors, they did everything you look for.
I'm always usually really lenient when it comes to actors because they have the hardest job out of all of the haunt.
We've seen that this year.
And we've seen that in multiple haunts, and it's really saddening to hear how people treat actors. Or look at other videos if you want us going to rant about haunt goers. But when it comes to actors, like, you know how I said they had that perfect blend of artificial and like real scares? There was some point where I thought the artificial was an actual scare. They had so many animatronics. And those animatronics, I thought, holy shit, that's someone in the mask. How the fuck did they get down there and get all cropped up like a little fucking rat? Like, did they execute? Execution is the big word, and I felt like we're going to get executed with how terrifying that was.
Yeah. There were plenty of rooms where I walked through and I was like, if I would have walked through this alone, I would be tiptoeing. Like, it was that good. It was that intense.
The freedom of creativity here definitely shows.
Thank you. That's the word. Freedom of creativity.
Exactly. I loved it to death. I can't express it enough. If we're, should we? I want to keep gushing about it, but I know we should probably get to the MVAs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the most valuable actors, like I said, you know, if we're talking Zombus separately, the two girls that handle the show, and then obviously the zombie actors, they were blown away. They were great. But on the trail, honestly, for me, the guy that really made the impression on me was Werewolf Guy.
Me too.
Because he worked our group, and he worked my brother and his girlfriend so well. Mm-hmm. And I can't take that away from him. And he tried to get me all night. I mean, he stuck that chainsaw right in my face on multiple occasions, and I just death stared him. And I'm pretty sure I spotted his attempt to scare me in the paintball house at the end of the night. I'm sorry, but that's what I watch for. Like, I'm always aware of where I am and what I'm doing. So I got to give him credit. He really stuck with us, and he did not give up on the scares. Mm-hmm. Dude, you're incredible. You deserve it. And that's not to take anything away from the other actors on the trail. The girls at the start, you are incredible.
Yes. I agree.
You agree? You want to...
Yep, Werewolf Guy did great. Working the line, working the trail, and then everything else. I don't know, like, were there two of you? Like, how did you do it all?
Yeah, like, how are you not just dead tired by 9 o'clock?
I think we were hunted. I think it's the best word in that case.
Yeah, we probably were.
If I had to say my MVA actor, now, I do want to say the Werewolf Guy, because he definitely was hunting us. But if I had to say an MVA actor that got me the most, not only was this actor executing his scene, his plot of area, I can't talk right now. Not only was he executing his area, just the way it was set up. I'm going to mention, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I say it. We're walking along this area here. I'm not going to spoil it, but there comes to a point to where a wall almost transitions to a different type of wall, but it looks almost identical. And
oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know who you are. When you're walking to a little shack, you fucking scared me. I wasn't ready for that. The way that they set this up to be like, hey, you think it's all the same. Nope. We had this actor jump out right at us. I couldn't really even get a good look at him, but I'm sure he knows who I'm talking about.
He came right through that at you.
He came right through that. I wasn't ready. I'm glad I went to the bathroom before that, because I probably would have pissed myself.
You know, I looked at that when we walked by, and I was decoding the scare a little bit, how they had that cut away and broken away, so you could just push that right open. Mm-hmm. That's really smart.
That was
They
very
don't
done.
do that in a lot of other haunts. I really like that.
And the fact that that actor executed on me very well, I'd have to say it, man. He's my MVP. You know who you are. I don't know who you are because I couldn't see you because you were in and out like a bat out of hell. But you know who you are, and man, you did a great fucking job.
It's hard to scare Gage.
Very hard. I'm easy to scare.
Me too.
I'm a wimp.
I just was not ready for that. That was a big mindfuck on that.
Yeah, when I saw you jump and I saw you go, Jesus, dude, I was like, ooh, someone got Gage good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's rare that we get reactions like that. But yeah, the reactions for the trail were pretty much unanimous. It was a 10. And I think it's the first time I can say, yeah, it's a 10.
We don't need to calculate this.
No, it's 100.
You already know it's
I don't have to
100
do any
across
math.
the board.
It's nice.
You don't have to. All you gotta do is a zombie. It's like this is all right. I already know it's 100. They're all good, dude. They execute on this trail.
The fact that trail on the first outing scored a perfect 100 out of 100. First of all, it makes me excited for what it's going to be like next year. Second of all, it blows my mind because I've never given a score that high.
We were talking to Jamie right after, and I told him, man, that this haunted trail really sets the bar for scariness.
Pretty much everybody else.
It really did.
Except for maybe
a
one or
non-contact haunt, that was terrifying because Spooks on the Spur scares the hell out of me because I know someone's going to touch me.
Yeah.
This one, I know they're not going to touch me, but they still scare the hell out of me just as much as Spooks on the Spur.
And you know,
would.
they may not touch you here, but they get right in your personal space. They
do.
They
They
don't
do.
care at all. Yeah,
Oh,
it was solid. Very solid. Jenna, final thoughts.
I loved it.
Would you go again?
Yes.
Gage, final thoughts.
That's my only pet peeve about this is that we went later in the season.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gone at the beginning weekend of release to then do it later on. I would have loved it.
Yep.
Final thoughts, man. I hope they're open longer in November. But
So, for me, the Zombus, Zombie Shoot, the whole haunted event at Commando Paintball, it made me, when I walked away, it made me go, I want to turn around and go back in. Mm-hmm. Do I need to say anything else? Gage, there's a question everybody needs to know.
is it Scary Wisconsin?
Merch links with discount code, description below. You like this video if you enjoyed it. I'm Justin, it's Jenna and Gage. Is it Scary Wisconsin? And we will see you right here next time for another Wisconsin Haunted House review.
Have a good night.